Birmingham, Alabama. Today, guys, I want to finish up this 3-part series on preparedness, and hopefully this video will find someone in need of help. Maybe you'll get something out of this video. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about being prepared and how we use gardening as a means of preparedness. First of all, guys, a lot of people just do not believe in being prepared or prepping. And I tell them all the time when they tell me, there's no point in stocking up or saving this and putting aside that, because when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. That's true. I agree. I've never disagreed with that. My point is this, guys. Even God told Noah to prepare. He gave him specific instructions on what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and where to do it. And so he's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He's not going to change. If he told them back then to prepare, surely he'll tell his children now to prepare. And so that's what I'm basing my preps on, being prepared. So it's better to have and not need it than to need it and not have it. And I've always lived by that. And so I use gardening as a form of prepping, because whenever the life-changing event happens and we're in a rebuilding mode, we're in the mode of survival, you're gonna need these skills. Not just gardening. There's a ton of skills you're gonna need. But without food and water, the rest of it is obsolete. You gotta have food, you gotta have water. And so we as gardeners, even if you don't consider yourself a prepper or a homesteader, if you garden and you store food, that's a form of prepping. When you go to the grocery store each month, or each week for that matter, and you buy groceries and you put them in your cabinet, refrigerator, pantry, that's a form of prepping. Prepping, guys, is preparing against an event. And so to put aside food or water, it's just natural. It's been done for thousands of years. What we're doing is not new, but what we're doing is becoming a lost art form. It's becoming a lost skill, if you will. You look at people, we purchase homeowners insurance, car insurance, health insurance, burial. All these are that's a form of prepping, guys, because you're preparing against an event in case of an accident, in case of death. All these things form of prepping. But excuse me, I found that lately it has become rather difficult for gardeners. I posted a video just a few days ago about the bees and how they're more plentiful here now on my property that I can see than in past years. Some years, it's been where I may have seen 1 or 2 bees the entire summer. Now I've got them swarming around my house, my backyard, front yard. They're everywhere. I am so thankful for that. I'm not complaining. But guys, the weather patterns that we are all seeing, all witnessing, it's making gardening difficult for all of us. And as gardeners, regardless of what region of the country you live in or what country you may live in, we need to pool our resources together our knowledge, our know-how, all of our skills. We need to share our skills with one another, because we're having to relearn or rethink the way we grow certain crops. Now, I've lost some just this year alone, due to too much rain or a freeze that came through unexpected. Used to, I could watch the weather report on my local news and it'd be pretty accurate. Now my guess is just as good as theirs, and for all of their high-tech equipment, most of the time they get it wrong. So we have to rely on one another, spread the word, what's going on in your region versus my region versus another country. And so hopefully, guys, we can kind of maneuver around this event, whatever it may be that's coming, and be able to continue to grow our own food and to help one another grow food. And for those who have not gotten into gardening as a form of prepping, who watch our videos, maybe we can help them out as well. There's just so many things that we need to take into consideration when being prepared. In the last video, I mentioned about gardening becoming commercialized now, and how we tend to want to run out to the big box stores and we buy up all this fertilizer, and we buy up all these potting soils, and we buy up all of these worm castings, and we buy this, that, and the other to ensure good crop. Well, as recently as just my granddad's generation, he wasn't going out buying all these different fertilizers and worm castings and the this and the that. He used what he had on his property, and his crops turned out a heck of a lot better than what I have for the use of all of my fertilizers, whether they be organic or synthetic. The older generations knew, but now, with that being said, they didn't have to go through the erratic weather patterns and changes that we're having. One day it's 70 degrees out, nice, things are blooming and growing, and then before the day is out, it's down in the 40s and 30s, that kind of stuff. But guys, my main question to you, and I want you to leave it down in the comment section, what changes are you doing to prepare for this growing season? What are you doing to be prepared for you and your family? I want to know these things, guys. How, and this question I'm directing it directly to my fellow YouTubers. If you have a YouTube platform, you're doing videos, I want to know, what are you doing on your platform to help others become prepared? And so, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I've got a lot of work to do out here today. So think about these. Leave your comment down below. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, as always, God bless.